it's me. Okay, today I want to talk to you about micro habits because this is something that I actually start doing with all of my coaching clients. And I know that we can't just kind of go like balls to the wall and create new habits overnight, right? So I always say like, let's start with little small micro habits. So today I want to talk to you about my top 3 micro habits that I do with my coaching clients. The first one is to create a net worth statement. What this is basically where you lie out all of your assets and liabilities on a spreadsheet so that you can see where everything is. Now, I actually suggest reviewing your net worth statement once a month because this is going to help you stay very motivated to achieving your financial goals. And it's also going to force you to look at all of your finances on an ongoing basis. And when you start looking at your finances, it actually takes away a lot of the fear and shame and sometimes that guilt that we have. So that is micro habit number 1. The second one is to actually start understanding what expenses that you have and what income do you have to use for those expenses. So I get a lot of coaching clients coming to me and they have these really big financial goals, but they don't actually incorporate those goals into their spending plan, right? So how do we focus your income towards what those priorities are? I'd suggest going through meticulously your expenses and figuring out where all of your income goes. Now, if you have expenses that you think you could get rid of, get rid of them. Or if you have expenses that you think you can decrease, then try to decrease them as much as you can. That's the second micro habit. And I would actually suggest that you review your expenses at the end of every single week. So this would be a new micro habit that you are taking on. The third micro habit is to actually write down your 1-year financial goal and then break that goal down into smaller increments. So for example, if you want to get rid of $1,000 of credit card debt, or maybe you want to put an extra $1,000 into your tax-free savings account. So what you're going to do is maybe break down this goal into smaller increments. Maybe let's say you're somebody that goes out for lunch 5 days a week, right? With your coworkers or something like that. Maybe you're going to give yourself a goal where you're not going to go out for lunch every single day, but you're only going to go out for lunch on Friday. And you're going to take that extra money, if your budget allows, you're going to take that extra money and you're going to put that $15 a day, let's say, into a high interest savings account at the end of every single day, right? So now you are no longer spending that $15 on lunch, and instead you're creating a new habit to put it into a high interest savings account every single day. Now, at the end of the week, you should have however much money, let's say it's $60 in your high interest savings account. At the end of the month, you're going to take that money from your high interest savings account and you're going to put it towards whatever your goal is, right? So maybe that is taking that extra money and putting it into your TFSA or putting it against that high interest debt, whatever that goal is. So you're just doing these little micro habits every single day. And when you create these new micro habits, you feel really motivated because they're really easy to achieve. So try to start there. If you have any micro habits that are affiliated with any of your finances, comment below. I want to hear about them. Okay, thanks. Bye.